Hello everyone, so picking off where we last were, I'm actually going to speak to Ellie first, and then I'm going to I'm going to obtain the time-worn Cortana from the treasure coffer in Zarak, and then I will continue on in Mardona, and then do whatever quest this might happen to be leading me to. Anyhow, Ellie wishes to share her latest discoveries with you. Perchance you are curious about the duelist's declared target? It so happens I have identified the weapon in question. The treaty blade is part of an Ishgardian noble's collection. Or was, I should say. No, it has not yet been stolen. It's been purchased by an Uldan collector, the wife of a wealthy merchant living in Vesper Bay. Suffice it to say, I would be remiss in my duties as a reporter were I to not investigate her, and should the duelist strike whilst I am present, well, I hope I needn't explain what a golden opportunity that would be. Ingratiating myself to her may prove to be the greatest challenge, though I'm told she is a difficult woman to please. Fortunately, I am also told that she has a fondness for rare flowers. Fortunately, I'm also told that she has a fondness for rare flowers. The sort to see in Camp Drybone cells. You can come along if you'd like. I suppose I shall. And I will teleport to Camp Drybone. And we need to go over there. I had a feeling you couldn't resist the pull of a good story. Since you're here, why don't you choose the Althic lavender to buy? To see. Here you are, miss. Thank you for your patronage. Was it for love or money that you killed him? It was you? Have you gone mad? That was an Amaljaw arrow in his back. I don't even know how to shoot a bow. Amaljaw don't shoot fleeing unarmed merchants. They capture and temper them. Not that you or your victim make for convincing merchants. If you're going to misrepresent yourself, put some effort into it. Wear gloves for God's sake. Or at least don't wave your hands in front of my face. The calluses on your fingers betray you as a veteran archer. Doubtless you used your skills to great effect 5 years ago, as did your partner. So again I ask, was it because he took from you your share, or your sister? You don't touch a man's kin. He knew that, and yet he... Darn, I thought he did it for money. You two, he's all yours. Yes, of course. Thank you for the help, Inspector. At least he's competent. But when did investigating crimes become such a popular profession? It's not his job, you know. He just likes doing it. He belongs to one of Ishgard's high houses. Some say he's a baron. Not at all like that buffoon Hildibrand, don't you think? I try not to think about Hildibrand. We should get going. Lady Durilda will not take kindly to wilted flowers. And so we will head over to Vesper Bay. And we need to head into this building. And I zoomed in a bit. A lot. Ellie, I believe you have something to present to Lady Durilda. Go on then. Again, as I told the last 20 who came here, if you have come looking for work, you are too late. And even if I were in need of additional security, I would not deign to hire a common adventurer. Now remove yourself from my sight before I have you removed. Here's some flowers, lady. Althic lavender, a vagrant variety of lavender rarely found in the arid lowland regions of Thanolith. Did you really think I could be so easily manipulated? Present me the right gift, speak the magic words, and you would earn my respect? What is more, a flower's beauty is fleeting. I value beauty that which transcends the boundaries of time, everlasting, enduring, and unchanging, like mine. Has anybody told her about the thing called time? Now get out! Forgive us, Lady Durildil. We meant to no disrespect. We were afraid that you would not heed our warnings otherwise. A notorious violent thief is plotting to steal the treaty blade. You fools! Quote, I shall come to claim the collector's blade. End quote. Yes? I read the Mithril Eye. I know full well of whom you speak, and it is none of your concern. I have a legion of guards at my disposal. Should he try, I will have him seized or worse. And even if by some miracle he should succeed, he will not escape my wrath, for I have retained the services of a certain gentleman. Ah, but you may see for yourself. Like every piece in my collection, he has been chosen with the utmost care. Now look on my peerless inspector, interlopers, and despair. Ships that pass in the night, a single shone in the darkness. The lady cries out for her guardian, and a gentleman must needs oblige. I swear to you in here and now, I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall neither slumber nor sleep until the fiend who covets the treaty blade is brought to justice. I'm guessing that's not who she was looking for. My lady, what brings you here? Are you come in pursuit of the duelist as well, or perchance in pursuit of me? Nope, definitely not. As if I would spend a single gil on an insufferable, incompetent... To be fair, you're not spending a single gil on me. The chance to investigate such an intriguing case is payment enough. Preemptive declarations of criminal intent are hardly in vogue. Sorry I'm late. Busy solving a murder. Berardian Consulting Inspector. At your service, milady? Conniving Inspector? Consulting Inspector? Sniff, sniff. Rotting flesh and saltpeter. Peter. Hildibrand Vanderville and Nashu Miyakaraka, I presume. Two rank amateurs playing at a profession of which they know not. Call me when you've finished with these wastrels. You see, I do not want nor need your help. Briarden is more than capable of overseeing the transfer. Now get out, all of you! Where have you been, Maria? Maria. Maria? What? Maria. And where is my vase? Or vase. There was a strange flying thing and the vase... I dropped it in the water. I was so... That vase once belonged to the royal house of Thorn. Do you have any idea how much it was worth? You will go back outside right now and search for my vase, and you are not to return until you find it. Do I make myself clear? My lady, pray allow me to go in the girl's stead. It's not safe, for she herself spoke of a fearsome wild beast. With my unmatched investigative skills, I shall swiftly locate and recover the missing vase, thereby earning your respect, at which point you will gladly grant me permission to investigate the thieving duelist. Verily, it is a plan fiendishly clever in its intricacies. Not when spoken aloud. Miss Maria, would you be so kind as to tell me what exactly, Miss Maria, would you be so kind as to tell me exactly what happened? That's not a freaky face at all. I picked up the vase in Ulda, like Mother said, and I was on my way home. I was crossing the bridge, and then the flying thing came. I got so scared I ran. When I stopped, it was gone, but so was the vase. I think I dropped it in Nofik as well. I want to go and look, but there was a scary-looking things down there. I'm scared to go alone. You are no longer alone, Miss Maria. We shall go together and look for the vase. All 5 of us. All 4 of you. I'm going after Inspector Briarden. If the duelist strikes, I mean to be there. But Miss Ellie, how can you ignore the plight of a young girl for the sake of a story? Because that's my job, you imbecile! Well, we shall not be derelict in our duty to justice. Come, Nashu, we must away. You don't even know where the bloody vase looks. You don't even know what the bloody vase looks like. Maria, dear, listen. If it gets dangerous or you feel afraid, you run to this adventurer for help. Understand? Out! Out! I have forthcoming appointments with very prestigious guests, and you will suffer, and I will suffer your presence no longer. Yeah. So, we apparently need to go down there. Sinmin. A vase? Well, anything that falls in the water is like to be swept downstream fairly quickly. Does this have anything to do with that queer winged beast I saw earlier? No? Never mind then. And we should see Nashu, Hildibrand, and oh, I guess there's one over there. A flamboyant oaf. I pox upon the thieving demon bird. He shall rue the day he crossed paths with me. Huh? A vase? I know not of what you... Gah! Curse this infernal refuse underfoot. Every point is a dagger. There is something in the water at the man's feet. And he has a green chicken. Oh, that was unfortunate. Take 2. Let's try that again. Resting merchant. That girl what run by earlier? Aye, I seen her. Had something in her hands, but I dropped it while crossing the bridge. Didn't get a good look, but I reckon it don't matter any road. Whatever it was, it's long gone by now. And now that we already spoke to what's his face, and I don't care if I fall again. We need to head over there again to the dude who had something at his feet, because it's downstream. I was a bit too hasty for my own good. Curious object. Do I spy the treasure vase of Lady Gerilda? Over... Oh dear. Does this belong to you, child? Forgive me, I was so engrossed in my search that I did not notice. Your search for what, pray tell? The demon bird that absconded with my weapons. I set it down for but a moment, only to see it next in the talons of that accursed creature. I gave chase following it to these waters, and in my haste I must have stepped upon your vase. Don't fret, Maria. No, it looks bad, but I'm sure Inspector Hildibrand will think of something. Oh, but I already have my faithful assistant. Hearken to me now, for as the rising sun doth dispel the dark, so shall my solution resolve our dilemma. Oh, but I already have my faithful assistant. Oh, wait, what? Oh. But just some like. But first, we must gather as many fragments of the vase as we can. And apparently we're collecting some stuff. How could I have been so careless? Hildibrand. Oops. Hildibrand. No, not my coat. Why does this feel so familiar? Because we were finding useless stuff before? Precious potsherd, as opposed to the other one that we had, which was like useless or something. Come to present your findings, have you? Splendid, let's have a look. Precious potsherd. All the Sultan's chocobos and all the Sultan's men couldn't put this vase back together again. Well done, my friend. This should be more than sufficient for our needs. He has performed miracles with far less, after all. What manner of solution could he have? The vase looks to be beyond all hope to me. A shattered antique, a shattered antique, you know, you're not laughing at this, but this, what we get as a reward. A shattered antique vase will not deter Inspector Hildibrand from his mission. There is but one person in all Eorzea capable of reconstructing this vase, a man whose skill with the hammer has brought rival goldsmiths low. So breathtaking are his works, so fearsome his competitive spirit. This man is no mere goldsmith. You speak of him as one would of a great warrior. Once a notorious gang of thieves perpetrated a series of robberies in Ul'dah, targeting establishments which sold luxury goods. One such shop was owned by the humble lapidary of whom I speak. His was the last shop the thieves struck, for the following morning they were found, beaten, bound, and gagged in the gold court. The brass blades never learned who was responsible. The only information they had was the testimony of a thief, who kept muttering the words, "The hammer. The hammer. He sounds dangerous." Aye, he does, and I do so enjoy the company of dangerous men. But where are my manners? I haven't yet to properly introduce myself. I am Gilgamesh, and this is my company Enkidu. And companion, if I speak. Well, not really. It has been many moons since I last saw her, so to ease the burden of loneliness, I tamed a rooster and painted it green. In any case, you mean to search for this goldsmith? Yes, if so, it would be my pleasure to help. The pleasure is all mine, Gilligan. I, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, bid you welcome. If it is that hard for you to remember, I give you leave to call me Gil. Excellent suggestion, Greg. Playful monikers are an effective means of building camaraderie. Call me Hildy. Now then, from what I know of the goldsmith's propensity to procure his materials himself, I have deduced that he is most likely to be found in the vicinity of Blue Fog in northern Thanalan. It is there we shall begin our search. And we shall head there. Mashumakaraka. If a Doblin became a zombie, would that make it a Zomblin? Or a Dombie? Oops. Dublin carcass. The Dublin wounds indicate that it was fouled with a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints leads to the north. I don't think it's been dead long. Maybe whoever did it is still around. Gilgamesh. This goldsmith is not to be trifled with. Basilisk carcass. Or basilisks. The basilisk's the basilisk's wounds indicate that it was felled with a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints leads to the north. A single blow to the head. Impressive. And we need to head up all the way over there. Hildibrand. His handiwork is unmistakable. The corpse is still quite warm. Arma carcass. Or Aramon carcass. Dead monster anyway. The Dublin, the basilisk, this Aramon, all were slain with a hammer, as was the beast over yonder, unless I am mistaken. That chimera must be his latest prize, which means he must still be about. Mayhap he is watching us at this very moment, attempting to ascertain our intentions. He was ever a cautious man, when on the hunt. Alas, it comes to this. Though every fibre of my being cries out in rebellion, I must break my oath and do the unspeakable. What must you do that's so terrible? I must dance! What? I am a Manderville man, doing what only a Manderville can. From the peaks of Corthus to Thanolin, Manderville man. I cannot avert mine eyes. This is the dance of House Manderville, passed down from father to son. Were I to perform it within sight of our quarry, he would not be able to resist revealing himself. Alas, I neglected to properly stretch my legs beforehand. My good woman, I see no other solution. You must dance in my stead. Though it be a gross, nay, unconscionable violation of my family's traditions, I must bequeath to you the Manderville. You have learned the emote Manderville dance. Nashu, are you really going to do the Manderville dance? Or Manderville? Ooh, I can't wait! Gilgamesh. What manner of man can be summoned only through dance? And Hildibrand. The time has come for you to do what only a Manderville can. We are as siblings now, my constant comrade, for I have shared with you the secrets of House Manderville. Now you must use that knowledge. Go to the fallen chimera and dance like only a Manderville can. But I'm not a Manderville. Destination. And summon the goldsmith. It's quite the hammer there. Z hammers. Fancy yourself a Manderville man? You would do without only a Manderville can. Then lift your legs and put up your hands. Be a Manderville man. He comes! Ho ho ho! You have not to fear for me. Not at all. The only accounts I come to settle were with the Chimera. But you were not drawn here by some coincidence, were you? No, you came in search of me, Godbert. Why else would you gyrate your hips in such a gentlemanly fashion, if not that? You look familiar? Wait, I know you. She have strong yet tender fingers. But more importantly, how in the hells did you learn the Manderville? If I did not teach you, then who... By the grace of Thal, what sorcerer is this? He yet lives? Hildibrand had an accident in Manderville! "10 years, Hildibrand. 10 years since you left home, and 5 since I learned of your trip to Dolomud. How long were you planning to allow your mother and father to suffer under the illusion that their beloved son was dead?" Son? You are Hildy's father? Godbert the goldsmith's a Manderville man. Smithing as only a Manderville can. Oil him up and give him a tan, fit for a Manderville man. Please, father, cease your undulations at once. There are more pressing matters at hand. This antique vase must be made whole once more, for the sake of Miss Maria. Ha! Do not worry, little one. I deal with worse cases. I deal with worse cases before my morning bowel movement. Thanks for sharing. Hold your applause until the end. By Regot, guide my hammer. Look how it sparkles in the twilight, how it radiates elegance. Would you all not agree that it is a work of art? You've completely destroyed a priceless antique's historical value. Nonsense! I have taken a dull, unremarkable vase, transformed it into something far superior. Oh, I hope you're paying attention, Hildy. How long has it been since you last held a hammer? Father, that is not my path. I am an agent of inquiry, an inspector. It is my duty to help those in need. Miss Maria is one such person. There are others too. Innocent people whose weapons were callously ripped from their hands by a thieving duelist. I thought you had put away childish dreams. No matter. You will understand in due time. No, I will not. I am an inspector, father. I can be naught else. Mr. Godbert, sir? I don't think my mother's going to like what you did. She probably won't let Mr. Hildibrand help with the investigation. We cannot say that for certain, can we? Mayhaps she will take a liking to this reimagining. You spoke of a thieving duelist, did you not? It so happens I am something of a duelist myself. Were we to cross paths with this fellow, I would welcome the opportunity to pit my skills against this, and Kidu as well, I should think. I see, you too possess a strong sense of justice. Full glad am I to have met you, Greg. Now let us return to Vesper Bay and see how our vase is received. Vesper Bay, you say? What a coincidence! I shall be traveling there on business once I have finished gathering materials. Oh, I think I might have seen the demon bird which took my weapon. Go on without me. I shall follow anon. And so, we will go back to Vesper Bay. And once again, we need to head into this building. Hildibrand. Mayhap Miss Maria should be the one to present the vase. Maria, I hope she likes it. Reconstructed vase. If every component of an object were to be replaced, could this resulting object be fundamentally considered the same? Philosophers are unsure. Godbert does not care. Mother, I brought you the vase. By the gods, have you all no shame? How dare you make my daughter complicit in your, chicanery. I don't know where you found this gaudy trash, but it bears no resemblance whatsoever to the vase I purchased. Now see here, Lady Durilda, not only did you send Maria to fetch your priceless vase alone, placing her in considerable danger should bandits or wild beasts attack, which they did, but... gaudy trash? Lord Manderville, sir! I did not realize you had arrived. Though I know it is nothing compared to the lavish accommodations an esteemed gentleman such as yourself must enjoy, I pray my humble abode meets with your satisfaction. Oh, it does, my lady. It does indeed. Especially that exquisite vase over yonder. Although I gather from your previous comments that you do not like my reconstruction? Your reconstruction? Oh ho ho, I don't like it. I love it. I would go so far as to call it the new centerpiece of my Thorn Dynasty collection. Ah, what a relief. I would have been most distressed had you said otherwise. We Mandervilles do take pride in our work, and ever strive for professional perfection. Oh, but why am I repeating what my son Hildibrand doubtless told you when he offered to investigate the duelist's threats? Enough expository banter, I say. I cannot recall if your son used those precise words, but I do remember thinking that his help would be most welcome. You will be helping us, Inspector Hildibrand, will you not? Wait a minute. Your father is Lord Godbert Manderville? The man who took Olin Quiveran's seat in the Syndicate? It appears there have been quite many developments over the past 10 years of which I was completely unaware. In any case, we must redirect our energies towards the investigation at the thieving duelists. Our first order of business will be to review all the facts with consenting Inspector Briarden. There we go. I think she likes it. Hildibrand. Come, we have a thief to catch. Let us seek out Inspector Briarden at once. And apparently we're standing in the middle of Godbert. Godbert. I hope I did not speak over much earlier. My wife would describe it as a proclivity to pontificate. But I prefer to think of it as an earnest desire to establish rapport with my fellow man. And we are to seek out this dude. Iredon. Why are you still here? Allow me to elucidate, whatever, elucidate. Lady Dirolda has asked that we assist with the investigation. Now kindly share with us all your information. Fine. Our plans have advanced to a stage that even you couldn't ruin them anyway. I commissioned several reproductions of the Treaty Blade through a merchant named Jojanpa, who traffics in counterfeit antiques. These blades have been delivered to the observatorium, where they are being distributed amongst Lady Dirolda's sellswords. Once I give the order, they will transport them via alternate routes to Vesper Bay. Oh, I think I get it. You're hiding the real transport with a bunch of decoys, right? They're all decoys. The moment the thief strikes, all our forces will converge on his location, including those disguised as small folk along each route. The real Treaty Blade will remain in the original owner's vault until the thief has been apprehended. Everything has been accounted for. You are superfluous. Mayhap we could use more small folk to watch the roads in and out of the observatorium, assuming you have the capacity to conduct yourself in an unassuming fashion. Fear not, my fellow inspector, for I am a master of disguise. Have you any information regarding the duelist himself? A description? You never thought to ask Humphrey, did you? The thief is said to be a towering brute dressed in red who wields a halberd. Ha ha ha! A man so garishly dressed should be easy to find in snowy Coarthus. But I suppose we don't need your help after all, do we? Come or don't, I couldn't care less. Be seeing you. Pray forgive my lateness. Greg, my good man. What a pleasure to see you again. We just received a new information regarding the weapon thief. A victim described him as a halberd-wielding brute dressed in... a ridiculous outfit. Ridiculous outfit? Oh, now I'm intrigued. What reasons would a warrior have for wearing impractical clothing? Haha, what reasons indeed. It is enough to make a gentleman laugh. Yeah, indeed. Hint, hint. Hint, hint, hint. Gilgamesh. That honorable demon bird continues to elude me, but no longer. Soon I shall claim my revenge and weapon both. Hildibrand. Inspector Hildibrand would have you accompany him to Coarthus. Allow me to summarize our current plan of action. Our destination is the observatorium, and our mission is to pose as goodly small folk in accordance with Inspector Breredan's instructions. Naturally, should the situation demand improvisation, we are to disregard those instructions. Any questions? No. Then let us sally forth at once. And since that's into a completely different area, I shall do this first. And treasure coffer. Cannot continue this quest until you... Oops. Treasure coffer. Let's try that again. Okay, and we're done with that. Switching back to this, and I am just going to hide this for now, so I don't get distracted from it. So, teleporting to Mordona. Okay, so firstly we will speak with Slothborn here. Slothborn. I was told to expect a scion, but I didn't expect it to be you. It has been far too long, Hildibrand. You have something for me? Sealed documents. Documents detailing the science's planned operations for the next several weeks. Let's see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You'll be staying with us for a while, yes? Excellent. Would that we had a dozen more like you. Since we don't, though, we'll just give you the work of a dozen men. I jest. Well, you'll see soon enough. And we will yoink. That one. So we can probably equip it. Slothborn. And apparently we have a side quest and a quest. The main scenario quest. When it comes to keeping its home fires burning, the Adventurers Guild is no stranger to caution. What fuel does Slothborn intend for you to gather today? There is much work to be done right here in Revenant's Toll, and we hope you can help. The Toll grows and prospers, and attracts the jealous attention of Garleans and low creatures. We must see to our fortifications if we are not to be overrun. The perimeter wall is solid enough. What we lack is less perceptible. Magical defenses that will repel our enemies that the sort scholars of antiquity say we're powered by ancient ward. The perimeter wall is solid enough. What we lack is less perceptible. Magical defenses that will repel our enemies. The sort scholars of antiquity say we're powered by ancient ward stones. I am told there are many such stones in the ruins of Karn, the sunken temple. More than a few temple raiders have been foiled by their magics, no doubt. It seems a fine jest that we adventurers are now to be guarded by the same magic that protected the treasures of Karn against our two odd-wrote fingers. The temple is in the southern Thanalan, as you may know. A lass by the name of Bibimu is the resident naturalist there. She will grant you entry, for she owes a favor or two to her guild. I've no doubt you'll come across a wardstone as you make your way through the ruins. Bear in mind that your success will serve to strengthen relations between the Adventurers Guild and the Scions. And also the side quest. Slothborn has a seemingly urgent message for you. Greetings, Hildibrand. You've come at the right time. A visitor's waiting for you in the workshop. A friend of Sid, it seems. Realizing your preoccupation with other matters of import, I suggested she wait at the seventh heaven until your arrival, but she refuses to leave. I fear you have a very brash client on your hands, friend. Are you ready to go inside? I fear waiting will only make her more irritable. Well, given I have no idea who it is, and in fact I really have no idea who it is. Hey, Jessie. Jessie. So you're Miss Saragon, eh? Took you long enough. The name's Jessie, Deputy President Garland Ironworks. Don't look too impressed now. In truth, I'm nothing more than an engineer. But thanks to you, filling Master Garland's head with them darn fool ideas of heroism and saving the realm, there's no one else around to fill his golden breeches. Sorry. We've been busting our collective arses on these orders from Highwind Skyways, and are still only scrapping by. The real problem is, with Master Garland gone, productivity's dropped like the knickers on a stone throw's strumpet. The company will be in deep if something ain't done, and that's why I'm here. Sure, our machinists have made their fair share of chronometers and plasma lamps, but we need something grand. Something that'll have clients on their knees, literally begging us to take all their sparkling gill. Want you to show me the Magitech armor you borrowed from our friends the Garleans. Yes, I know all about your little foray into the Praetorium. You can thank Biggs and Wedge for that. I reckon there's a lot we can learn from that Reaper, and after all you've done to distract Master Garland, I'd say you owe us that much and more. This is amazing. Do you even know what you have here? Listen to that Ceruleum engine. I've never heard anything so sweet. And this servo mechanism. Should it be... Wait! A mammoth core? Why didn't I think of that? They're so easy to come by. Mass production would be as easy as stealing candy from a baby. Or cores from a mammoth. But what in the seven bloody hells have you done to the cannon's poor convergence modulator? Burnt it out firing victory rounds after slaying some family of rabid squirrels, no doubt. It's a wonder the whole suit isn't a steaming pile of molten slag. Such a waste. What in the builder's name are you looking at? You need something to fix your prying eyes on. Try the wall. Any road, I can't bear to see such fine piece of work in such a sorry state. I'll patch her up best as I can, but you'll need to gather the parts needed for the job. Think of it as one of them adventures you seem so keen on. I make number 49, Magic Converter, and make number 50, Magitech Oscillator should do the trick. Oh, and a Magitech Cannon Barrel, make number 51. I can't guarantee she'll be good as new, but at the very least she'll be in better shape than she is now, which still ain't saying much. Eyes on me, Hildibrand, I ain't done with you yet. That is, unless you know whereabouts one might stumble across a spare converter, oscillator, and cannon barrel. No? Didn't think so. So here's a hint. It rhymes with custom century. You see, Garlean-made technology is what we're after, and I can't think of a better place to find some. Off with you now. But. And you told me to stare at the wall, not you, so psh. So I'm going to collect the other quests that are out and about. As you see, there are quite a few of them. And first things first, Outlandish Man. And does he look vaguely familiar? I call him the Red Power Ranger, if that helps. An oddly garbed man visiting Revenant's Toll has some information that might be of interest to an experienced adventurer. Do I know you? Unless I'm very much mistaken, you are the famed adventurer who bested the Garlean Empire's general, are you not? The great Celebrian Saragon herself. Amazing, and more than a little serendipitous. One might even call it fate, but I but recently received word of a truly unique opportunity, you see. An opportunity the like of which none but one of your proven worth can take advantage. The reward? Not less than the accumulated knowledge of a fallen civilization. A risk? A single misstep could cost you your life, but what is a little danger to a storied hero such as you? A woman with absolute confidence in her own ability stands to profit handsomely from this venture. No, I crave no recompense for my part in bringing this opportunity to your attention. The historic discoveries you shall make will be reward enough, I assure you. When my words have fanned the flames of your curiosity, then I bid you seek a man by the name of Rambobros at St. Koenig's Find. It is he who stands at the doorway to untold marvels, awaiting the arrival of a champion bold enough to march across the threshold. Lorianne of Revenant's Toll looks as if she's seen a ghost. Ah, forgive me, friend. My most chilling encounter has my nerves on edge. I was traveling through the shroud when a man accosted me out of nowhere, his eyes darting wildly in fear. He spoke of a haunted mansion from which the tortured screams of young maidens can be heard day and night. Hawkeet Manor, was it? Oh, Haku Manor, yes. What's that? You purged the selfsame manse of its unholy inhabitants some time ago? That is curious indeed. The man recounts the events as if they had happened not days ago. While it would put my heart at ease to know his tale was but a fancy born of a few too many flagons of mead, the poor soul had not the air of a drunk or a liar. Perhaps you know someone who could shed light on the matter? Blozeneg, who apparently has 3 quests for us. Kurds and Slay. As Blozing eyes you from his corner, you get the impression that he has a dangerous task in mind. You're Slippery and Saragon by the Onion, the very woman I seek at Dristwit's behest. How do I know the potbanger? Why, we trained together in the Culinarians Guild. He has a place in Costa del Sol now, the Flying Shark. Not the sharpest knife in the block is Durst, the daft, but he's loyal. He's got a friend out there by the name of Weeskate, and he seems to be in need of your help. I'd say you go look him up, eh? King of the Hull. Blozing has the satisfied look of a man who has found that which he seeks. You're Celebrian Saragon by the Onion. I was hoping you'd come by. I've got a message from an old friend of mine. Needs your help for an important task, he says. It's highly confidential business, so I can't give you his name. Let's just say he's well known in Limsa. Odds are you'll recognize him. Any road, I'm not at liberty to divulge any more. If you've a mind to take on the task, head over to Limsa and seek out a bloke named Denston. That's not my friend, mind you, but one of his men. And Bluznik. Bluznik has a favor to ask of you on behalf of an old friend. Funny thing. By the Onion, you're Celebrian. Yes, you said that 3 times now. You couldn't have come at a better time, and you said that 2 times before too. A friend of mine sent word that he needs a capable adventurer, you see. You have a lot of friends that need help, and I naturally thought of you. Who's this friend, you ask? Why, none other than Commodore Rainier of the Yellow Jackets. He and I met back when I first started as a culinarian, and we've been friends ever since. Any road, I'd appreciate it if you'd pay him a visit and inquire as to what he needs doing. You'll find him in the Coral Tower with his Yellow Jackets. And Hildibrand, who apparently has 3 quests for us as well. Hildibrand of Revenant's Toll has news he would share it in the strictest of confidence. I've seen more and more visitors to this godforsaken place lately, most of them batter-hardened types seeking a worthy test of their mettle. I trust that I might count you among them. Look, you didn't hear this from me, but word has it the Copperbell mines are looking not unlike the 8th hell in recent days. The stone torches would have us believe that they have matters under control, but a minor acquaintance of mine would beg to differ. He says the torches have proven far more adept at quelling rumors than hecatonacheirs, what word that is. I'm not trying to say that again, if you catch my drift. Why do I betray this knowledge to you? I fear for my friend's life, and mine own as well, should these hulking monstrosities break free to the surface. If it's a challenge you seek, what say you accidentally find your way to Copperbell and proffer your services? It's time for fun. Hildibrand has heard word of a great deeds being done at Halatali, would share with you the tales of triumph. An adventurer who can hold her own in battle. It just so happens I've gotten word of a new challenge for one of your talents. Requires a bit of travel and dash of heroics, but it'd be worth your while. Eastern Thanalin's lovely this time of year. You've heard of the training grounds at Halatali, I'd wager. The place fell into disuse after the calamity, but since adventurer or another puts it to rights, its owner aims to train gladiators and adventurers once more. Just as in the old days, a little paint, a little mass burial, and now the place is ready to take on challengers. If you're all keen on the notion, go and talk with my friend Arl down there. He'll get you in the door. And a few things can match the ire of a brother riled, and how much greater than anger when there are two of them. Ah, there's an industrious ant, an adventurer in need of a bit of business, if I'm not mistaken. The anthill you want is Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. Something's kicked it over good. They've put out word for adventures. Have skill, will move fast, that sort of thing. Perfect for you, I'll warrant. The client's a bit of a handful, a mite aggressive, but nothing you can't handle. The twins. You'll find them in Miners' Guild. Talk to Cesaruka. He's the milder of the two. And Alice apparently has 2 quests. Elise would like to introduce you to someone. Your reputation precedes you, Celebrant. In fact, it's for that reason that I'd like to introduce you to someone. That minstrel at the end of the bar wandered in here the other day, said he was seeking inspiration for a new ballad, the sort only an adventurer of distinction could provide. Who better than the woman who saved the world, who give this minstrel the stories he seeks, eh? Humor the gentleman, I say. Elise would ask you to speak with a troubled patron. Ah, well, if it isn't Celebrian, just the adventurer I was hoping to see. Do you know of the blacksmith Eganolf? He's quite an accomplished craftsman. In fact, anyone who's had dealings with Rowena is sure to have some across his creation. It'd always been a pleasure to have him as a regular here at 7th Heaven, but he's been quite irritable of late, and particularly drowned in his cups besides. I fear his recent work, or perhaps a lack thereof, may have something to do with it. This may seem but a trifling matter to someone as travelled as yourself, but it would mean so much to me if you would speak with him. I can think of no one better to offer him a word or three of encouragement. Wandering minstrel. Ay ay ay. Dawn may be banished, even the darkest night, yet ever shall primal desires burn. Two swords shall vie to lay them low, a blade born of light, and a blade forged of might. Alas, man may entrust his fate unto but one. Lest you wonder, these are the words of Archon Louisoix. While not written as poetry, I find poetry within them nonetheless. Years ago, when I arrived in this land, I was beset with peril day and night, forced to endure countless trials which tested my mind, my body, and my faith. And I am not ashamed to admit that I would have faltered had it not been for the help of a handful of nameless adventurers, honest men and women who proffered their hand of friendship to a weary soul, and led him safe from the darkness. When I look upon you, I am reminded of them. I can tell you that you are well-traveled, possessed of great constancy and character. You are a woman of the adventuring profession, yes? I seek a valiant hero whose deeds might serve as inspiration, and I have reason to believe I have found her. After all, was it not you who faced Gaius van Belsaer and his elegant weapon? You must tell me everything. Everything that happened. Omit nary a single detail, I beg of you. Truly a tale worthy of legend, and so eerily it matches the writings of Archon Louisoix. Two swords shall vie to lay them low, a blade born of light, and a blade forged of might. Alas, man may entrust his fate unto but one. The Black Wolf was a conqueror who aspired to rule through might, and the weapon was key to his ambitions. Yet in the end, the people of Eorzea entrusted their fates to a brilliant blade, the Warrior of Light. A rather fitting moniker, in my humble opinion. Thank you. At last I have found the inspiration I sought. A battle to decide the fate of a realm. The words, the notes, I feel them coming together. Your tale, Celebrian Saragon. Your song. From an era long forgotten, a blade of midnight drawn. From a distant land uncharted, a warrior who bears this dawn. And now we have access to Ultima's Bane. Ballad. And I am going to hide that, the ultimate ballad. So most of these I'm going to do on my own so I can get them done. I will at least do the quest line bit stuff, but or I'll record the ending dialogue and whatnot, but not the actual dungeons themselves, because otherwise we're going to get a lot of them recorded and basically no content in terms of main scenario quests. As you can see, it's already taken quite a bit of time just picking these up as is. The daughters of Ishgard have a wintry gaze, but Felicie looks upon you with something very like favor, alloyed with a certain urgency. I seek a certain adventure for a cause most just. Are you not Celebrian? Ha! I thought you had the right aspect. 'Twas you who played the thief in the night of the Stone Vigil. The dragons guards their keep jealously, it said, yet you slipped unseen into the cloudy fortress. 'Twill not be their keep for much longer, however. The force of Ishgard amassed by the sea of clouds. Now this is for your ears only, but the blockade is but a prelude to an attack. Lord Drillamont commands the siege, and he would have your counsel. I am but one of many who seek you at his behest. You must be a woman of rare quality. The proud knights of Durandare are not accustomed to taking, let alone seeking outside help. Ishgard is the cradle air I breathe, and I yearn to see the Stone Vigil reclaimed from the Dravanian horde. Will you not go to Whitebrim Front and aid Lord Drillamont? And as you can see, we have other quests. They're either not accessible or I like that barding. That barding was cool. Not accessible, or it's the end of the... after having done the quest. Anyhow, Sark Melork. Sark Melork is a man of mystery. Where does he come from? How did he get here? And what does he want from you today? Hildibrand, it is most welcome to see you again. Look at this hustle and bustle of adventurers. Where there were but rocks not long ago, as one of those who has been here since the beginning, I am humbled by the sight. Yet none of us can be full glad for the Garlean forces nearby, like not our bustle at all, nor hustle even less. They seek to move on as soon, we are all but certain. This is no idle speculation, Hildibrand. 3 steel-bound crates of the familiar type were delivered to Castrum Sentry not 2 days ago. The contents are no doubt arms, to defend the land they hold, to take what we hold. Neither is a particularly attractive prospect, we must admit. I propose a third outcome, that is less like to claim lives. If you would aid me, destroy the crates and their contents now. Use these explosives I had rushed from the Alchemist's Guild. They will do the job, rest assured. Who better to make this attempt than you, who once walked undetected into Castrum Sentry? 12 speed, your friends, sister adventurer. And last but not least, we have the quest over here, and I didn't actually mean to draw my katana. Gilgame. The supply carriage to Revenant's Toll is late, and Gilgame would know the reason why. Well now, the nick you are, lass, again showing up just when you're needed. I'm waiting in a supply carriage from Gridania. It should have been here by now, even if they stopped at a spell in Felgord Float to wet their whistles. The carriages always pass through the North Shroud. Here, stretch those strong legs some, why don't you? Go and ask the woodwhalers over in the float if they've seen something. So... well, I guess I'll talk to... whatever this is. Egenolf. Can't you see I'm thinking, lass? Off with ya. Elise sent you, did she? And I suppose she just happened to mention me contract with Rowena, eh? I thought she'd be satisfied with me vintage gear. There was a time it practically flew off the shelves, bringing adventurers with tombstones by the bucket, but now... you darn divas are a fickle lot. Apparently none of you'll be caught dead in me stuff no more. Now I've got Rowena jumping down my throat, clamoring for something new. Something the realm ain't to foreseen. The woman expects too bloody much, I tell ya. But if I don't fill my contract, she'll have thugs fitting me feet for lead boots. If only I pissed out bright ideas each dawn like I did me ale. Hold your oars, birds. I know you from somewhere. You're one of them venturers. What started the bloody relic armor movement way back when, ain't ya? As I live and breathe. Tread as I might, and holy hells did I try, I wasn't quite able to recreate the masterworks. There was somewhat about them, a certain quality even the great Egenolf weren't going to match. I suppose one never truly can rival the classics, eh? At least, yes, slew shrew. That's why you sent this one. You wanted her to remind me of the old days when armorcraft was about the armor, not else. Somewhere along the way, I reckon I got caught up in the hurly-burly and lost me way. You know, I reckon it's high time I got back to basics. Focus more on who'll be wearing me gear than the pretty tale on that Mikote selling me the parts. Might be then I can come up with somewhat what satisfies old Rowena. Cheers, lass. 'Twas kind of you to stop by. And while you're here, how about I fix up your own set of relic gear? Mine assistant Callan here can augment each and every piece. Course, that's assuming you can bring him the proper parts. Ain't running a charity. Don't go forgetting your gear either. You may now trade with Callan. After obtaining the appropriate augmented item, you can exchange it along with artifact armor for augmented artifact armor, which, unlike regular relic armor, can be dyed any color of your choice. Please note that the augmentation item required will vary depending on the artifact armor you wish to does something. Item required will vary depending on the artifact armor you wish to exchange. And I apparently completely forgot about this. Gallant armor augmentation. So how does one obtain those? I, quite frankly, have no idea. So, the augmented version is... Well, let's try something that we can actually see and die. So, say we had that and ignore the fact that I'm in the samurai. But we could dye it different colors. You know, I never actually realized we could do this. Because I never really actually paid attention to the text. And that's my bad. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna head to Corthus, and I'm gonna turn in that dungeon there. And then go over there and speak to them. And as I said, I'm not gonna do these in the recording. I will at least do the story bit, so like talking to them and all that. Because as you can see, there's quite a few of them, so I'm gonna do those dungeons on my own. But I will, at least in this video, hopefully I'll get through all of them, speak to them all and turn them in, and then I'll start doing some of those side quests, or main scenario quests that are obtaining the things, because I believe they're all in Mordona at the moment. So, first things first is speaking with Mills here. Hail, adventure! Wait, do not tell me. Niedric sent you. Tell me this, adventure. Do you know how the Arm Vale earned its most enticing name? Well, allow me to enlighten you. The cave is rich with sulfur and mithril ore, which, though through reactions with the groundwater, combine to exude golden-hued fumes. A beautiful sight, that is, until you realize the darn death's clouds are burning your chest from within. If you still wish to take your life in your hands, I'll not be the one that stops you. But do try not to get killed. I've dragged enough corpses out of the Vale to last me a lifetime. And so now that gives us access to the Arm Vale. And if there's ever a request to do videos of each of the dungeons on their own, I can do that. Most of those are already on YouTube, so the dungeons that I will do, so like for one of the main scenario quests, obviously we have access to Haku Manor Hard will be what's unlocked, and I will obviously do that as recording because that's part of the playthrough, because it's actually required. So any of those dungeons that are actually required and stuff, I will do. And holy, what in the heck? And doing those dungeons on by myself will probably also yield more poetics, so that will give me the opportunity to actually start collecting some of those for the paladin gear, and then I will be working on the subsequent gear. And I don't recognize that mount. There's so much stuff in this game I'm still learning about. Anyhow, so who do we need to speak for? 2. And then once I have all the Paladin Ironworks gear, I will work on obtaining the gear for the other classes. Drillamont. Slubber and Saragon, you have come to lend us your strength. House Durandare is in your debt. You will rejoice thus to know the Battle of the Stone Vigil has finally begun. The first wave has already breached the outer defenses and entered the keep. As depraved a foe as the Duranians are, they have a certain cunning. The place teems with unbelievers who gladly embrace death merely to deny us a film of advance. We came to slay dogs and are bled by nits. There are graver matters still. After our first wave stormed the keep, the enemy sealed the breach behind them. The Vigil headgate is now a welter of molten iron and stones sharp as a headmaster's axe. Headsman's axe. We can no longer send reinforcements by land. The danger is great, but we must go by air. I shall lead the second wave, and would have you join your strength to ours. Sir Nethelin waits you near the Stone Vigil itself. I shall join you as soon as I have seen to the airships. And so we need to head over there. And it's actually clear, so it's you can see this nicely-ish. Aside just from the UI being... Oops, wrong way. I'll give a nice view. Screenshot. Anyhow, I also have a nice view of Stone Vigil. So again, obviously I'm not going to do this dungeon. It'll unlock the hard version of it. There is some differences. So as I said, all of these are already up on YouTube itself, but if I ever do a dungeon, or if there's ever a request for me to do dungeons separately, I will do those. Hail, Hildibrand. Lord Drillamont sent word. The airship will not be long in the coming, and then we charge. I'll wipe from front to nose your name, Hildibrand Tarragon, who penetrated the Stone Vigil's defenses. Why, to this very day, I remember the cheer that rang out when we'd heard you'd laid You'd laid Isgrimbind low. Your presence here is tonic, pure tonic for the troops. Too long have the darned dragons desecrated her keep. Alone willing, the Stone Vigil shall return to Ishgard before this day is out. And Stone Vigil Heart, now accessible. And as you can see, I have a lot of quests. That's this one. There. I'm gonna hide that. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do, because I think that's it for this area. I see there's Mordona, North Shroud. I will go to the North Shroud and talk to that person there. As I said, there's a lot of disorganization of mess and stuff because there's so many dungeons and stuff. Fortunately, after In Between the Realm Reborn and Heavensward, there's a lot less dungeons and whatnot. The devs found that a lot of people weren't doing dungeons, and so it was a lot of work to create a dungeon that's no one's ever going to do it again. So, yeah. Woodwiller, a supply carriage bound for Revenant's Toll hasn't come through here, I can tell you that. But maybe it's the same one. We just received word of an XIV attack on a carriage, you see. Seems like too much of a coincidence, but you never know. May as well have a look, eh? You'll find one of our men on the scene. The carriage was waylaid on the road just east of here. And we need to head that way. And these are those little side quests. And unless there's a whole lot of objections, I'm just gonna do those with some character that's in around that level so that they can get the experience and stuff. And to finish those quests up. As I've mentioned before, they're basically just the beginning quests that you would see in Ul'dah, and that's basically all you need to know. Hello, what have you here? What have we here? An adventure by the 12 and a suitably gaunt one. As you can see, a few gentlemen of the road, or gentlebirds if you must, ambushed this carriage. Took the cargo and both coachmen. How is that for a day's work? The track leads to the XIV lodgings grounds to the north. You look a hungry sort. How about it? Will you rescue the coachmen and recover those provisions? Nope, they're on their own. I did not mean to hit that button. What a waste. So we need to head north there. And I'll head back through... not this way. This way. It's unfortunate that I do this first, because we have to head up back this way for some other quests. And other quests still, but that's okay. We need to head this way. And as you can see, they're roughly the same level as us, so they won't really ignore us. And you see the coachman. Well. Oh, listen, coachman. Eating. Provided I don't get spotted. Thank you for freeing me, stranger. I can manage alone from here. I shall await your safe return at the carriage. 'Twill speed your way, adventurer. Harrian Coachman. Whew, I thought it was done for. These supplies runs are getting a little too interesting for my taste. I'd best get out of here before the birdmen come back in force. Many thanks, and try not to get killed. Stolen provisions. As I sit around the camp, there's no samurai stealing stuff from you. Nope. Nothing here. Oh, I thought I could sneak past there. Guess not. And next we need to head over there, and I'll jump up back onto my mount here so that I can avoid things. Oh, I need to head up there apparently. Stolen provisions. Come on. And one more right over here. And now we need to go back to the carriage. Allison Coachman, we are both in your debt, good adventurer. I shudder to think what fate the exile had in mind for us. You seek the provisions meant for Revenant's toll. It pains me to say, but this is all that remains. The carriage is in no state to resume the journey, nor are the chocobos. We shall have to arrange another transport. Would you take word back to Game? Yep. And we need to head back there. Cell Sergeant. Ah, Hildibrand. Hail to the fellow servant of justice. I take it you are one of the many tasked with transporting a counterfeit treaty blade? Clearly you've mistaken me for someone else, sir. At ease, Sergeant. They're with us, more small folk. Keep an eye on them, or else. But sir, Bugger me. Don't you bloody move until I get back. I say, is this land always so inhospitable? The biting winds, the endless snows. Mayhap keeping active will Mayhap keeping active will help me to stay warm. Oh, when I should chance to find the thieving duelist, I will of course summon you, after administering the requested beating. Ha ha. Good, you're still... Wasn't there someone else with you a moment ago? Ah, you speak of Greg. He ventured outside the gates mere moments before you arrived, fully eager to catch the thief as we are. Come, Nashu, we too must answer the call of duty. You look like you might actually be useful. Why don't you have a word with my man near the east gate? We're undermanned as over there. After I speak with this guy, I will go and seek out the other dungeon things and finish those and then hide those. And you see, that's just now. No. I don't think my eyes were playing tricks on me, but there's only one way to be sure. You wait here. You want to elaborate, sir? Inspector! Over there! Look! What is it, Nashu? Pray tell me what you see. Aha! A demon bird! You will not escape me this time! Why, hello there, my friends. Is aught amiss? Oh, it's just Greg. For a moment I thought you might have spotted our thief. Come, Nashu, we have lingering here over long. We must grasp post haste. And, as I said, I will... Okay. This, and this one. Okay. We will speak with... we skate at Costa del Sol, then we'll speak at Ursendel and Gridania, then we'll speak with Sir Ryuka in the Miners Guild. Go from cold to really warm. We skated. Celebrian Sargon, I shall have to thank Dracewitz for he was as good as his word. He promised he'd find you. I'm lucky to have such friends. What can I say? In the company of heroes, you keep good company. Haha. And that's what I need your help with. I'm sure you'll remember Bravelocks. He in a bit of trouble, she is. Oh, apparently she's a she. As the captain of the guards here, I can hardly go charging off to her rescue. Yet would I forsake a friend? Never! And so I thought of you, Celebrian. Truly, your timing is fortuitous, and your fortitude unmatched. If there is any who can help our mutual gobby friend, it is you. Now off you go then, to Bravelocks' long stop. I swear I thought that was a dude. So we need to head over there, and I'll just teleport to Wineport, and then get over there, and again, edit it out. Bravelocks, all talks. Goodly Uplander is here to give lent hand to Gobby Flock of Bravelocks. Uplander's tonguey flaps, or tongue flaps, I always say tonguey flaps. Uplander's tongue flaps make for happy Gobby. Bravelocks ear catch enemy foot noise. Illuminati want Bravelocks secret. Dirty take they try and try. Psh. Stinky sweet secrets recipe Bravelocks can give to Gobby friend. Bravelocks' cheese is most tasty fresh, and now Bravelocks is a hunted Gobby. Bravelocks is no cheese maker. Bravelocks free cheese recipe from Illuminati. Cheese is Gobby birthright, not Gobby die make Illuminati cheese lords, but now they want to make Bravelocks dead Gobby. Bravelocks give Uplander lent hand in pastimes, yes. Mighty Rockman falls from Gobby help, yes. Now time has come for lent hand to be Bravelocks' iron fist. And so that was, what was that one? That was the end of the quest, wasn't it? Or was it? Whatever. Anyway, so we'll speak with, and yes, there's that quest there, but I'm not going to get into that just yet, because that is for the Blue Mage, where the job quest is picked up, and that is, not a short introduction, to say the least. Much like the Samurai and the, where am I going? Much like the Samurai and the Red Mage. Oh, that's where I'm going. I want to go down here. Ay, ay, ay. Rainer. Good day to you, Celebrian. How timely. There is something I would ask of you. Ah, but where are my manners? Is there aught you require? You're at Blosnig behest, you say? Ha! That he should send you of all people is a stroke of good fortune indeed. Permit me to apprise you of the situation. You will doubtless recall driving the Serpent Reavers out of Sestasha. Well, despite our best efforts to keep the place secure, I regret to inform you that it has been occupied by pirates. Pirates, I say, though eyewitnesses claim they have seemed more akin to fiends from the briny depths. To be frank, we are not wholly certain what it is we are dealing with. I dispatched a party of adventurers to identify and eliminate the threat, but it would seem their courage failed them. But they were not you, my friend. They will fare better against whatever awaits within Sestasha. Of that I have no doubt. If you would be willing to assist us, pray report to de Persia, who stands guard by the entrance to the caverns. And so we will head over there. And apparently we have a quest here, so I'm not sure what it is, but I may as well pick it up. Diamanda's hand are idle, though by no fault of her own. My first genuine assignment under Master Mimidova is now this? Whatever did I do to deserve such a fate? Oh, but where are my manners? I am Diamanda, a smith recently in the employ of Nildic and Families. I arrived in these parts not a few days tasked to assist in the restoration of fair Sirius. Little did I expect my arrival to be greeted by that godforsaken song, a song I thought confined to my worst nightmares. Yes, I speak of the grim serenade of the foul sea witch that lured my poor father into a watery demise so many years ago. So I stand here with idle hands, powerless to avenge his death, powerless to repay my debt to Master Mimidoa, once my father's mentor, as he now is mine, the agony of it all. If only my brother were here, he would see to that. But alas, my brother remains lost at sea. You are an adventurer, are you not? Perhaps if you were to defeat the siren. Yes, you must. If not for me, then for all the sailors who seek safe passage across the threatening seas. Seek out Master Mimidoa at the pier. You'll find him gazing grimly in the direction of Pharaoh Sirius, lamenting our fate. And I will do that after. Actually, I may as well do it now. I'm so indecisive. That's so helpful. That's so very annoying, isn't it? I need to head over here. I was thinking it was over there. That's something else later on. Mimidoa. Hey, another initiate, are ya? No? Huh? Ain't no one says yes to that. You have a familiar face, though. Come to think of it, you bear a striking resemblance to a brave lassie I once met. Helped us chase one of those darned sirens from fair Sirius, she did. Yeah, that was me. What's that you say? Speak up, missy. Your ears a hammerin' taking their toll on me ears. Any road you may, and apparently your memory. Any road you may not be half the heroine your predecessor was, but you know the saying, any port in a storm. Aye, that's right. Darned if I can tell you why, but the hell's-born hussy is back and she's running roughshod over the place with a crew of her song-snared flunkies. Me and Diamanda, we've naught to do but sit on our arses till someone cleans the place out. Look, this is more than a reclamation project to me and the lass. That scurvy witch killed her father, and one of me prized students. I swore a vow to meself to do his name proud, and restore the beacon, but these hands were made for hammering, not scuffing with sirens. What say you follow in your forebears' footsteps, that was me, and fight this one for old Mimidoa? I'll send word to David, the guard of the lighthouse. He'll tell you all you need to know. And so we'll take the ferry skipper over to there and unlock that dungeon, since we're in the task of unlocking dungeons as it is. David. Ah, adventure, you've come not a moment too soon. The siren has holed herself up in the lantern chamber atop the structure. The most direct route would be through the front door, but I fear the siren is already wise to her intentions, and has posted the most formidable of her thralls to guard the entrance. Our only hope to breach our foe's defenses is to attack from below, through the flood cellar. If you cannot win this battle for us, I know not who can. Go forth, friend, that Pharaoh Sirius may shine bright anew. And so we have that quest, and obviously that was the end of that quest. So now I'll teleport back to here, and we'll go talk to the Sastasha one. Dear Berja. Ah, it's you. I take it you mean to help us again. Wonderful. You see those adventurers yonder? We sent them in first, but it soon became clear that they were unequal to the task. By my count, they lasted just under a minute inside before staggering back out, sucking for air like fish out of the water. As such, we're no closer to ascertaining the nature of the threat, let alone eliminating it. You'll be going in blind, I know, but you've purged Sastasha before, and I'm certain that you can repeat the feat. Enter whenever you're ready. I look forward to hearing of your success. And so that's another one that will now be hidden. This one, this one, this one. We'll go to this one here. Harley. Welcome to Halatali, where heroes are made. I am Arl, and any friend of Hildibrand is warmly regarded acquaintance of mine. Didn't mention he used to tread the sands, did he? Been trying to get that smooth-talking son of a Hydra to talk up the gladiator trade again, but gets easily distracted, Hildibrand does. Now I'll wager he didn't get put two and two together when he heard your name. You're the last Fafa Juna over there was talking about, aren't you? Ha, I knew it! The liberator of Halatala herself. Thanks to you, we've made it nice and deadly in there again. Gotta restore the Colosseum games to what they were. It's no lap of luxury, I warn you. Place could use some more freshen up, and there are some lurking crawlies that need a good killing. But the brass blades are on that detail. So what do you say? Care to experience the new and improved training grounds? We'd be honored to have the liberator of Halatali return as a challenger. Bibi Mu. Behold the magnificent ruin of the sunken temple of Karn. We know it was used by the Beladians for the greater glory of Azimia, the sun goddess. As for the rest of it, you'll hear that when I'm good and ready to publish. Oh, you're the adventurer that Slathborn sent word about? Yes, no doubt there are word stones to be had deep inside the ruins. I regret to remind you, however, that this temple has been the death of many of an adventurer. Slathborn wasn't too specific about that, was he? These ruins are particularly the antechamber to the Thal's workroom, but do not let me deter you from your task. If you wish to proceed, be my guest. And so obviously this is part of the main scenario quest. So this one I will do that, so that I don't accidentally mark it to hide it. And next we will do this one. And Dunstan. You're Hildibrand Sargon, are ya? The chief will be pleased that you came. Now time's of the essence, so I'll get straight to business. During your travels might be as ya heard tell Mistbeard, the legendary pirates. Hells, I'd be surprised if you hadn't heard of the bloke. Ain't a soul in Limsa as don't know of his exploits. Nary a ship on the 5 seas was safe from Mistbeard's grasp, not even the Golden Fleet of Ulda. Not but one day, at the height of his notoriety, the man vanished without a trace while sailing the Rotano. Since then, rumors have been spread that Mistbeard left behind a treasure trove of plunder. Won't believe it's somewhere out there just waiting to be plucked like a ripe fruit. Your task pertains to that treasure. I'll take over from here, Dunstan. Chief! Greetings, my friend. It's been a while since you've sent the Black Wolf to the 7th Hell. Before I begin, let me make it clear, I do not request your aid in my capacity as Storm Marshal. Nay, the matter is purely private. With the detail established, I shall continue Dunstan's tale. For a time, folk had lost interest in Mistbeard's cache, such was its elusiveness, but recent developments have treasure hunters across the realm stirring anew. South of Hildibrand, upon the Rohanto Sea, there lies the Saldales. Along the fringes of those remote islands, there is an expanse of water into which few ships dare venture. Nature has conspired to perpetually shroud the area in heavy mist. A man can hardly see his own hand in front of him. Be it by accident or intent, countless vessels have entered the mist, never to be seen again. Over the years, some few survivors have washed ashore with the tales of an island hid within, which appeared without warning to smash their ships into flotsam. So it was that the legend of Hullbreaker Isle was born. In the wake of the calamity, however, it came to be that the mist would lift under certain conditions, and as luck would have it, one such day a merchantman mistakenly sailed straight into the area. The ship eventually came upon a deserted island where it made an astonishing discovery. The Har, Mistbeard's own flagship, lying broken within a cove. Though he yearned to explore the wreck, the captain wisely chose to return to familiar waters before the mist could regather. Upon returning to Limsa, he forbade his crew from revealing the discovery to a single soul, but word inevitably spread, as is often the way of such things. Even as we speak, the treasure hunters scrambling to find a way to the legendary Hullbreaker Isle, that they might claim Miss Beard's cache. I would have you get there before they do, Celebrian, and retrieve a single object from the Hjör, a golden coffer bearing Miss Beard's crest. The chief would do the job himself, but this being Storm Marshal is like to attract unwanted attention. That's why he wants you to go instead. So long as you bring back what he asks for, you're welcome to keep whatever else you find. Though I make my request off the record, I must impress upon you that the matter is of grave import to our nation's future. I shall be praying for your success. No doubt you're wondering how you're to get to the Isle. I've got a ship moored by the Morrowby dry docks. Meet me there when your preparations are in order, and I'll ferry you over. So, that's, I see, I would have clicked on that to hide that. Need to go to Penguin, to the Miners Guild. Popo Curly, here for the job, are you? Speak with my brother here. I've got some thinking to do. Cesaruka. Heard about our petition, have you? You'll do as we ask, no questions asked. Great attitude. Now then, the situation's like this. No, this isn't right. I'll be darned if I put our sister's fate in a stranger's hands. I'm going myself. Oh, brilliant plan, brother. Go blundering into the sunken temple of Karn. The place is a death trap. What guarantees do we have that this adventure can beat those traps? None, that's what. And you know better than any what these muscles are capable of. I've already done so, guys. What the hells do you mean you've beaten those traps already? Wait, you're the reason Nanako's in this trouble? I'm gonna end you, I swear it! Oi! Calm yourself, brother. The adventure's not to blame for what happened. Besides, she's perfect for the task. Let's start again, shall we? I'm Cesaruka, and this is my twin brother, Popokula. As you may have gathered, we need you to mount a rescue mission in the sunken temple of Karn. After you defeated the temple's snares and traps, the place was officially open for research. The concern partnered with the Order of Nalthal to fund an expedition. Aye, and the research team was led by none other than Nanako, our little sister. She's the one who wrote the book on the ruins of Sildi, the research to end all other research on the place. Nobody except her was going to figure out that Sildi and Ulda are both descended from the Ladian civilization. The sunken temple of Karn is the native rock. No way in seven hells was she going to not lead that expedition. But who comes bumbling in? A band of relic raiders, that's who. The greedy jerk set off a trap and now her little sister is stuck in the stinking place. Poxy jerks putting Naoki in danger. If they aren't Tonberry mints already, you can be sure that they'll end them myself. And that's the situation as it stands. Talk to Bimamu at the entrance to the temple and she'll let you in. You go and get Nanaka out of there in one piece, you hear? And so we will go back there again. Yes. Bimamu. Welcome to the stately ruin that was and is the sunken temple of Karn. What a relief they actually sent someone who's been here and knows the drill. The twins, they can be a little overbearing. They'll need some of that imperiousness soon enough, though, when it falls on them to run the concern. In case you didn't know, those two are the chairman's progeny, them and Miss Nanako. You will find it much changed within, thanks to those foolish robbers. Take care, but not so much that you cannot make haste. Oops. And we will speak with Ursendel in Gridania. Ursendel. Ah, friend, it is good to see you again. How I wish I could greet you with more joyful tidings. I trust you have heard the rumors. Yes, I fear they are true, and then some. Oh, wherever shall I begin? After you released my lady from her torment, a deed of bravery and kindness that I will remember until the last of my days, I paid visit to the Wood Whalers and told the tale in all its tragedy. that the guardians of the Twellswood might know the truth. Though the whalers did doubt my words, they insisted on a thorough investigation of the manor. Without witnessing my lady's remains for themselves, I was told they could hardly vouch for the citizenry's safety. A prudent judgment, I thought, and I did not argue. It is what happened next that confounded everyone, myself most of all. A contingent of wood whalers was dispatched to the manor, and I personally escorted them in. This would be the last I saw of them, for nary a one returned. Minutes turned to hours, and 4 long nights surrounded the silent manor. 'Twas then the screams began again, ungodly, heart-rending screams that shall be burned in my memory forevermore. Against my better reasoning, I mustered the courage to peer inside. Oh, how I wish I had not, for what peered back, friend, was something, nay, was someone, nay, something. For that which I saw surely possessed no soul like you or I. That has no right to exist in our world. The whalers have dispatched another contingent to investigate the matter. The fools! Do they not see that you have do they not see that they have writ their own death sentence? I cannot save them, but you, friend, you may succeed where I so miserably failed. I implore you, pray come to our aid once more. And so we need to go there. Next, we will speak with Denston. So we are speaking to Denston here at the Moorby Dry Docks for the King of the Hull. Everything's in order, then let's get ya over to Hullbreaker Island before it's swarmed with scavengers. I'll get us there in one piece, never you fear. I've been keeping an eye on the weather, and I know exactly when the mist will clear up. When you arrive, make your way to the wreck of the Har. Miss Beard's coffer's bound to be somewhere inside. As for how you're supposed to get back afterwards, I'm sure you'll figure something out. The resourceful venturer that you are, I'll be waiting for you in Limsa. Stone Torch. An adventurer, baseless rumors notwithstanding, I can assure you that our meager talents are not needed here. No word have returned to that mines, and even if they had, the stone torches would be seeing to the threat swiftly and ably, as is our wont. Ahem. I don't know what you just heard, but it was more certainly not the tortured scream of some unfortunate miner being consigned to the maw of a bloodthirsty giant birthed from the godforsaken depth. Oh, 7 hells, it's true, all of it. We thought we had seen the last of them, but we were wrong, horribly, dreadfully wrong. Let down our guard we did, and now Copper Bell is overrun with a darn legion of the fiends, each one nastier than the last. We've already lost scores of our men to the chaos. The few that have returned alive claim that even the once docile brigands have gone mad, fallen from the poor miners in droves. So much for being harbingers of wealth and fortune, eh? The stone torches are loath to lean on the strength of outsiders, but I cannot in good conscience place full pride before the lives of good men any longer. You reclaimed these mines once. The torches, nay, the entire nation of Ul'dah, would be forever in your debt. If you could perform the deed again, I beg of you, friend, banish those fiends to the depths, that they may never resurface. So I think that's all that we have for those dungeons, and as I mentioned, I will be doing those on the side, and I will record any dialogue or text quests that we have. I'll probably focus on the ones that don't have a journal entry first, and do those on the side. So, as we get a chocobo's butt. Anyway, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching!